This is Prince Magnum coming to you from Washington, Missouri. Uh, just had to redo the battery, so now I got to redo the whole video. Doggone it, but that's okay. If you've been watching these videos on the EDC or Everyday Carry Kit, you know this is installment 4. Um, Now, before you just see a basic cigarette lighter. Now, I know some of you are about to say, a cigarette lighter? Really, man? You're going to do a video about a cigarette lighter. This is going to be the most boring thing, and you're probably just getting ready to shut it off now. But before you do, let me explain. All right? This is what I carry with me in my everyday carry kit. Okay? This goes, I always carry a cigarette lighter even though I don't smoke anymore. And for the longest time I did smoke. I smoked for years and I was a heavy smoker. So it just made sense to carry a cigarette lighter. Now I know some of you are saying, well, for survival, why didn't you carry waterproof matches? Waterproof matches would made a heck of a lot more sense than a cigarette lighter. Well, that is a good reason to carry them. Waterproof matches. If this gets wet, you got to dry it out before you can actually use it. However, as I just said just a moment ago, I was a smoker, and I smoked very heavily. So waterproof matches would start getting kind of pricey if that's all I carried. I guess I could have carried both with me, but at that point, I might as well just carry the lighter and just get it all in one shot. So something to think about. Now I know some of you greater survivalists out there said, man, I'd be carrying a flint and steel right about now. I'd be carrying a magnesium fire starter or some sort of fire starter like that. That's true. But as I just said, I'm a smoker. Well, was a smoker. And it didn't make a whole lot of sense to carry a flint and steel. I'm not going to light my cigarettes with a fire starter. It's just I don't think it'll work out. I just don't think it'll work out. And like I was just saying, I like the magnesium version myself, which eventually I'll show a video with that within my pack. I do carry a magnesium fire starter in my survival pack, my bug out pack. But for everyday carry, this makes a lot more sense. And let me explain why. Besides the obvious reasons that I was a smoker, but if you're carrying a magnesium fire starter, I wouldn't never carry just a regular fire starter, because if I've got wet tinder, the magnesium is going to do a much better job getting that wet tinder to go than a regular fire starter. So the magnesium one always makes more sense to me. But the magnesium fire starter, I don't know if a whole lot of you know, I mean, magnesium burns very hot and it's hard to put out when you catch fire to it. So you're carrying around a serious fire hazard in your pocket. If you work around, very hot substances, maybe you work in a steel mill or something like that. You're going to be walking around with a chunk of metal in your pocket that can combust. So I wouldn't really suggest that. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Mainly because, it would take foam or a fire extinguisher to put out that magnesium chunk. And, it just, no, fire, pants, leg, no, bad idea, bad idea. I would much rather carry a cigarette lighter. Now, some of you may be saying, hey, Magnum, why such a cheap cigarette lighter? Why not something like a Bic, or even better, a Zippo? You can't say anything bad about a Zippo. Well, I got this cigarette lighter while I was still smoking, and I got it for free with a carton of cigarettes. So you buy a carton of cigarettes, and then they give you something to light it with, so you can kill yourself. Just something that and the other thing I want to point out, some people really, honestly and truthfully, are that broke that this is all they can afford. Free is good. Some people, some of you out there, I understand, are just, you have no money. And I know if I went and bought this outright, it'd been less than $1. So maybe, that's something you can look into. And amazingly enough, it works. For the price I paid for it, it works. And you can't go wrong with that. It works for me. You know, I don't have to have a fancy Bic lighter. I keep some Bic lighters in my bug out pack, but for everyday carry, you know, if this got broken or anything like that, I'm not going to be too heartbroken about it. You know, it works just for me. So with that being said, you know, let's just recap since this is the final four of what I actually use in my everyday carry kit. The flashlight, the lighter, the Ozark Trails knife, a paracord necklace, and a paracord bracelet. Can you expand on this kit? Of course you can. Can you take away from this kit? Of course you can. It's your kit. Do whatever you want. Do what makes you feel comfortable. This is what makes me feel comfortable. So if you can use these ideas, please do. You know, use them to your advantage. You know, natural disasters happen all the time. They happen all the time. So, you know, it doesn't hurt to be prepared. Those of you who are out there who are Boy Scouts, you know exactly what I mean. Be prepared at all times. So, I will have a fifth installment, but not something I would consider as everyday carry. So, with that being said, if nobody's told you that they love you, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24th. Thank you.